Well, what time is it? It's 9 o'clock, that's what time it is. You know the drill. 10 taps. It's 4 for the S. I'd have got that wrong, didn't I? It's 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the yeah, 1 to put a smile on my face. Come on, chappies. Let's fill that screen and let's get this kicked off. Mel is in a mood for building. And colour. I want to talk about colour tonight, but I ain't doing that until I see my screen filled with hell yes. So over to you. And here they come. Right, let's do this. Hello, folks. Oh, that's a bit bright, isn't it? I did do the settings, so it skipped the settings, but it's okay. You can see me. You can see what I'm doing. I'm happy with that. And Mel is a happy boy today. Right, hello, folks. 9 o'clock, Tuesday night. I'm slowly getting back into the week structure. Mel is enforcing a week structure on himself and a time schedule because everything got a bit Christmassy. Yeah, I realised with the back that when I took that week off sort of with the back, I lost track of what days were what days. And I spent most of my time in my pyjamas and it was like, yeah, I am very in the very Christmassy mode right now. And so one of the things that I'm doing quite heavily this week is, right, Monday to Friday is work, weekend, you've got the kids, which was great. You know, I had the kids last weekend, I've got them this weekend, but Monday to Friday, I'm hitting the studio, I'm doing things in the studio, I'm doing channel stuff, I'm doing book stuff. There's all sorts of stuff going on, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, and it's been good. I've been building some things and like, you know, reshooting a few shots and that sort of stuff. That's been fun. But above all, I've been working in Studio 2 with the sun in and the music playing, and Spode's been really quiet, but there's been a few artists there, and the artists that are in Spode at the minute are the ones that I would say are the professional artists. Yeah, the hobby artists have disappeared. There are ones working from home who are professional artists, but it seems to be mainly us old blokes. It does. I was looking around and it's like, yeah. With a soldier on no matter what lot. Chat is ready to display messages. It's missed all the hell yes, the git. I can only see the body, the rest is bleached out. Is it that bad on your screen, dude? Right, well, we can fix this dead quick. Do you know what? I've been a PR artist for a long time, but I am an artist. Come on, give me my watch got my drop down. It's thinking. Come on, let's go straight to Bob. So yeah, I've had a very busy day, to be truthful. Come on, Bob. It's doing something in the background. I hate it when it's doing something in the background. There we are. Right, come on. Properties. Configure video. Take that pop up. Go to camera control. Drop exposure down by 1. Apply. Okay. Done. Right, that should be better for you. Just a little overexposed. Otherwise, must be my interwebs. Better now. Yeah, all sorted. So, yeah, it's a little bit stuttery there when my computer was doing something. My computer was doing something, I think, in the background. Let me just check Task Manager. Go on. Preparing security. Oh, hey, that's taken a while to bring up. Let's see what that says, what Task Manager's got to say for itself. Go on. Go on. You know when it's up to some. It's using 100% of its disk right now. About 60% of its memory. So something is updating, which explains the sluggish behaviour, but it's still working fine as long as we just talk. Yeah. There we go. Windows has stopped responding. Buy a Mac. I think it's Chrome. I really do. I think it's Chrome doing auto updates. I need to have a word with Jason, figure out how we time those, because I think it's timed at 9 o'clock literally when we do our show. Yeah, and so I'm guessing it will use 100% of the disk while it's there. It's syncing things and doing its sync, and then it'll drop back down. But we're streaming. I'm happy. Right. So how are you doing this? I am doing it via the medium of computers. Hey people, hey, I hope everyone's well. Sorry Mel, I haven't watched the last few shows. Spent too many nights on World of Tanks lately. Do you know what? I haven't been on World of Tanks in months. Absolute months. I have played a little bit of Fortnite. I got bored with World of Tanks. I got rated second best in the world on the Electo. Yeah, and I couldn't beat the guy who was first. And it was just like, it was just Groundhog Gaming. Same maps. You know what I mean? Constantly be put in against what you call it, like 2 tiers above me. Yeah. But at the minute, I'm doing quite well on Fortnite. I have occasional games, but the kids like playing Fortnite, or they did until I started playing Fortnite. And to be truthful, they haven't been best impressed since I've started playing Fortnite and kicking their butt. What can you do? Hello, Mal, all the way from the big pond, Nova Scotia, Canada. Good on you, dude. At Terrain, how to set times for updates on Windows 10. It's not a Windows update. Not a chance. Because I've set those. My Windows updates happen at what you call it, 1 o'clock in the morning. Zuri's putting together a backlog of MDF kits. Know that one well. Right. There was a free tank to earn, so I thought, sod it. I can understand that. I always used to play with my little Electo, and I like that. Right. Let's have our quick COVID chat. Yeah, and let's get on with some building. Let's get stuck in. Not just saying Chrome is very memory intense. Yeah, I think I'm going to use Firefox. Yeah, for when I stream, just to drop the memory issues. I mean, it's not an issue when I generally do my video editing or anything like that, because I shut all the Chrome windows down and everything. Yeah. Oh, Roberto's a Hetzer player. Oh, I love... Only way I can take out a Hetzer, yeah, is bang on side on, or if I can get behind its rear. But there's nothing worse than an Electo sliding up behind a Hetzer's rear. Surprise! Because I'll tell you what, Electo, it can move quick when it's rolling. I mean, I think I streamed a game and I think I lost, pretty much all of my team early on. And then me and two or three other players basically won the game. Right, where's Pammy? Pammy the pandemic panda? Remember, the merch is below, guys. If you want your Pammy merch and you want to stroke the panda. No, I'm not making you panda pants. No. I'm not going to help you with your dating lines with the missus or the mister. Ooh, Stu with a 42 cannon. Nice. I actually dropped off from the high caliber. I used the high caliber on the on the Valentine AT. Yeah, I've gone all the way up in the in the British AT line. Yeah, Valentine's so slow. I mean, it's got like top speed of 15 kilometers an hour. But that one-shot boom weapon on it may take 7 seconds to reload, but damn, if it hits something, they're dead. Yeah, on the Electo, I use a quick reloading gun, mainly because it's got a higher armor penetration. And I'm typically in the Electo, I'm playing against. I'm typically I'm a tier 5, so I always end up in tier 7 games, because on the Electo, I was one of the best players in the world on that tank. Electo has some fearsome accuracy. It does when it's been driven round by a group of Ruperts and all your all your crew are officers. But that's a lot of games. That's a lot of grinding. Right. Hey, just wanted to pop into the chat. Hope you're okay coping with this lockdown times. I am. I am. Need Pammy in your life? Let me know if you want the STL file for your 3D printer. Please make a donation to Mel at Streamlabs there. Link, thank you, buddy. Yeah, there is a 3D printed version of Pammy, except she's standing and she's got twin link bolters. Yeah, I believe mine has arrived. I have a delivery notification. I've got to pick something up from the post office. So, fingers crossed, I'll have my 3D print. Thank you, Dan. Although I've got a few things coming, so I'm not sure. I have a feeling... Right, apparently I've just had a Fortnite notification. It was Fortnite updating. Oops. That's because I've only just booted up the PC. Right. So, what's going on in the world of, of COVID? I think the biggest significant news that I've seen today is that Italy has been declared definitely past and on decline. Yeah, so I'm sure Roberto will confirm this. Yeah, but I've read it on the BBC and it's great news. So Italy is not out of the woods by any means, and obviously social distancing will apply and all that sort of stuff. You know, because we've got to stop a second peak. Yeah, and obviously all of us isolating. Yeah, just to explain it for those who don't quite get this second peak malarkey, all of us isolating obviously stops infection going round. Once we go back out, infection will go back round again and it could take off again. So we need to do it in a staggered way. Ideally, what we could do with is only releasing people we know have either had it through an antibody test or or working with people who are at least risk. So children, young people. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good news. That's really good news. In the UK, it's Office of National Statistics has come out and said they reckon we've got 80% of COVID fatalities are happening in hospital, but they believe there's another 20% happening outside of hospital and care settings that aren't included on our stats. Yeah, on top of that, there's some sort of discrepancy with the death rate. Yeah, that don't match up. So things are being looked in on that. So I don't know if things are numbers are definitely being played with in the UK over our death rates, because we're only listing people who are dying in hospital, not in care settings, in our official figures. So we know that's definitely happening. So I think there's playing around. There's also it's coming to that stage where we've got in the UK where the politics isn't making the science so closely, and I'm not enjoying that situation. I don't like that, and I know there's many of you in other countries who are experiencing similar on this. Yeah, and I think this is the time when you want to grab every politician. Let's go back to how we started the show. Yeah, with the idea of, a £14 wet haddock. Yeah, and smacking some sense into them, because we do need some sense into them. Pagan saying the WHO, Gates Foundation, CDC and Wuhan Virology Labs got hacked today. There's going to be some juicy info coming out. That'll be interesting. If there's a WikiLeaks on it. Right, Roberto's saying Italy, not quite. No zero new contagions until 30th of May predicted. Right, but you're not increasing numbers, are you, of new cases? You are decreasing numbers of new cases now, Roberto. Is that correct? It's not getting better. It's not getting worse. Right, so right now you're plateauing. Right, okay. Just want to make sure I'm right on that. That's interesting, because that's been reflected differently in the British news. The British news is very much, you are clearly in decline. Not to say, biggest news I've heard was the UK government department, health department, caught operating fake Twitter accounts using stolen NHS profile staff pics to say how great everything is going. Biggest news I heard was the UK government Department of Health caught operating fake Twitter accounts using stolen NHS Twitter profile pics to say how great everything is going. Rusa. Mel, how long do you think this is honestly going to last? Dave. Right, okay, I'm not a virologist, but Kerry is. I am a combat medic. I was trained in lockdown and, the Civil Defence Authority and, biological warfare, which is how we're handling this incident. We're treating it like it is a biological warfare incident because, to a certain extent, okay, we're not under attack. And I know there's debate and all that, but let's just leave that out of the chat. But basically, the things that you would do with a biological agent, we're doing some of those things now because it's the only way you can cope with something this infectious and this, with such a high mortality rate. Yeah, and so my gut feeling is looking at what's going on in the world. Yeah, I mean, Roberto, based on the chats we have here and not what I'm reading as well, I don't think we're going to come out of lockdown until mid-June in realistic terms. I think when we come out of lockdown, I think it's going to be very strict. Yeah. How strict? Don't know. Don't know. There will be plenty of social distancing. Yeah. I think June's going to be the issue. Yeah, because the furlough. The government has clearly stated it cannot afford to keep the furlough scheme running, past June. Yeah, so I think the lockdown and people are going to have to go back to work in June, just financially. Yeah, and, it's a hell of a bill, to be perfectly honest. 80% of wages plus all the, the billions they've put left, right and centre. Right, Jimmy, that fake NHS Twitter account story is being debunked. You see, this is what I mean. On things like that, I'll wait. We need something official on that. I need to know the facts. Evening, guys. British news is generally negative unless it's about themselves and when a royal gets married. British news, it is distracting. They tend to play off how worse it is in other countries. It's rare to let you know that people living in Europe have a much better quality of life than we do in Britain. In one way, it's horrid, but I'm in the UK and I've been making ventilators for hospitals. In one case, we don't always see what is in the pipeline. It does make me mad that this is not out there or believed. We've swapped over from what we make normally. It takes time, and now we're helping as much as we can, and no one knows. Yeah, there's a lot of companies and stuff who are helping and doing stuff that are not getting the recognition, and these companies are taking the hit themselves and just doing it off their foreground, army painter, and a lot more I've heard in the hobby and outside, normal businesses. Yeah, I saw Renegra were doing we're engraving the metal blocks for press molding those ear protectors. Yeah, for the straps, for the masks, for nurses. And those toolings, they're 10 grand each. I mean, they're not cheap. So they're like right, we're going to tool this up and mass produce them. Like ka-dunk, 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 sort of mass produce them. I think it was. I was talking to Ronnie, and he was telling me press molding can knock out a sprue every. What was it? The fastest machines can knock out a sprue every like something 2.5 seconds. A full complete sprue. So one of those. Yeah, I think it's slightly different with some stuff like this because it has recesses and other stuff. It needs a more complicated tool. Yeah, which has to engage for longer. But the simple ones that I just press, yeah, 2.5 seconds. So when Renegra get those on their injection machines, they're going to be banging out 2 straps, yeah, every 2.5 seconds. Bang, 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 bang. Good on Renegra. Really good. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to them, get some of their terrain, and we'll do something with their terrain. Yeah. Because you didn't know Renegra had their own terrain line, did you? And some of it's rather good. Go check out their castle. Gertrude saying some governments probably not releasing the proper data on what's going on. Maybe keep people calm, maybe to keep people calm or other reasons, if you get what I mean. Yeah, I mean, they can restrict information, because of panicking issues and stuff like that. That's perfectly understandable. But at the same time, I think people are ready to face actual facts. And I think if you don't play down the actual, be honest about how lethal this is and this sort of stuff, then people aren't going to take it seriously. Yeah. 57 Dent saying they'll do more than 2 at once. Well, I only saw 1 block being tooled in it. It had 2 strap impressions on it, so that's what I'm. Yeah, Renegra. Yeah, that's it. I'm working like a madman because I'm employed in a technological and chemical test laboratory in Mirandola, the place where most biomechanical industries in Europe. Damn, you're going to be busy then. Hey, Uptown. Renegra. That's it. How Jimmy says it. Netflix has gained 16 million views last month. Stock is way up after hours, so there are silver linings. It's just going to be a change in pace. I mean, I think the interesting one here really is going to be going back. I mean, for me, it's not going to be hard readapting. Because we've got into this groundhog thing now. I mean, everyone in this chat is a reasonable. I mean, we're not even questioning things. We're just having sensible conversations and just giving little bits and clarifying, because we all agree that all our newspapers and our news outlets, yeah, they always tilt one way or another or slant it one way, as we found out just with Italy. Yeah, so, Did you educate the young lad on Lord of the Rings? No, we've decided to do a mammoth session rather than do it in individuals, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, so that's the plan with Lord of the Rings. Gary saying, how are you doing mentally? Got to be stressful with everything with the kids and this quarantine and still trying to do the channel. Hope you're coping okay. Actually, mate, I'm doing really well. I'm seeing the kids. Yeah, I've seen them this week. In fact, I saw them earlier. Yeah, Kerry called in. The kids wanted a chippy tea, so she decided to bring them round, and we all had a chippy tea as a family together. Yeah, which it was good. Just sitting down for an hour. Yeah, all eating chips off a plate. Battered burger. But that was good, and I'm seeing the kids this weekend. So and me and Kerry are getting on better than we have in a long time. You know what I mean? And that was the aim of us splitting up, to see if we could get on better as friends for the sake of the kids, because we split up for the kids. And we are. It seems to be working out. So even in this, I think this isolation's been good, to be truthful. You know what I mean? It makes you sort of sit back and look at, I suppose this whole COVID thing makes you looking like, are certain arguments worth having? Or, you start to look at what's petty. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like you look at friendships and relationships and stuff like that, and family and all work relationships, and it gives you a different perspective, about what's healthy. You know what I mean? And it's been good for me, actually. Secondly, with regards to mental health, well, I've got you lot, keeping me sane. I'm going to the studio. I'm eating well. I'm looking healthier than I have in a long time, to be truthful, and I'm feeling healthier. Still cutting down on the smoking, and that's going well. So yeah, I'm coping all right. The interesting thing is going to be going back. Do you know what I mean? Going back to society, because there's going to be all sorts of questions. I mean, are you going to take that grief off your boss anymore? Do you know what I mean? Are you going to accept that? Actually, that isn't important because it wasn't important during the crisis. Or actually, I can work from home because I did. You know what I mean? And clearly I could. Rich is saying that's the one good thing about the virus. It's made the world stop and take a stock of everything. I always sort of said, oh, my face froze for a second there. I always sort of said that I think when the world faces a wobble will be the time when the world stops and looks around. And it's when we stop the petty arguments between each other, and we are actually one world, one human race. And without sounding all hippie and all that sort of stuff, but we are, remember, like, we are all in this together ultimately on this rock of ours. And do we really need the drama? Do you know what I mean? I think that, I know the news has been full of death and that sort of stuff, but it's been good for it not to be like we're not going out of our way to try and kill each other for a while. Just let me grab these chat comments. Restream's playing. Facebookers and Twitchers, the on-screen chat is yours. Slows the world, reveals the important stuff. It does. You do look amazing. I'm really grey. I know Dave's had to the stress of the book and that sort of stuff, and me being ill and all that sort of stuff. I know there's been a lot of stress for Dave over the book, because Dave's basically screening me from anyone who might be upset that we're not on schedule and we're behind schedule with it. So he's been brilliant like that. But even I've got, I'm going greyer. But I've been doing this thing where I try and do an hour a day working in my back alley, tidying my back alley up. The infamous back alley. And past couple of days, I've been trimming the trees, trimming down the bush, getting it all nice and tidy, getting it all nice, straight and lined, all the trees, and getting the notches off them. All the dead branches and all that sort of stuff. But it's been really good physical work. And that's good for your mental health. And it's good for your body and that sort of stuff. And especially in lockdown and that sort of stuff. On top of that, I'm getting postponed regularly, so I get a little drive out, Monday to Friday. I get to sit in, a different set of four walls, but the sun shines through. I've got my toys. Not stress caused, Gray, just old age. No, mate, there's a lot of stress in there, trust me. I shaved my beard off because it had gone pure white from just a stressful life. And it has been stress. There have been stresses along my life. Calm down, Tam. But I'm resolved to have a less stress-free life, and I'm liking it. And I'm definitely more productive like this. So, on the up. And to be perfectly honest, recent chats with Kerry she is looking really well. Her life. I don't want to talk about Kerry too much on the channel because obviously she's not my wife anymore and we're not together anymore. But I've got to say, Kerry is looking well as well, and her life is cracking on and she's doing well in it. So I think that the decision we made tail end of last year, Yeah, although it's been hard and there has been some up and downs, you know, as nothing is as easy as things make out. Yeah, it has been the best thing for all of us, for Kerry, for me, and for the kids. Yeah, so overall, yeah, it seems ironic, yeah, but I know we're starting 2020 with a world pandemic with so much death and so much that's affecting so many people. But I actually, it almost feels guilty for me to say this. Yeah, but because I'm doing so much and I'm actually planning and I'm making positive steps on all sorts of things to improve my life. Yeah, I feel better than I have in a long time. And to be truthful, I feel a bit guilty about it because I do know, you know, I mean, I'm the one who explains a lot of this stuff to you guys. So, you know, I know what's going on. Yeah. And so for me to be happy, and I don't know how to explain it. As happy as I can be in this situation, the problem, I don't know. I don't know. I feel guilty about being about being happier and healthier than I was. I don't know, guys. I don't. I can't reconcile being happy about my personal life getting better. Yeah, when you know there's so much going on in the world. It's hard. No, everyone likes a trim brush and a tidy back alley. Oh, tell you what, let's go back to the back alley conversation. Look, overall, life is looking better for me personally, but let's just say that, you know, we are being hit hard as a society and as a humanity and as a world and everything, and I'm fully conscious of that. So I don't want to take too much solace. I have no idea what you lot are talking about. Yeah, but yeah, on that, my life, you know, I'm doing all right. You know what I mean? Things are okay. We're in a tough place as a society, but as a person in that society, Mel's doing okay. You know what I mean? Dave saying, greetings from windy Virginia. Hello, mate. Cam saying, appreciating the things we used to consider mundane. I know, the simple things. Daniel's just so powerful, dominating the chat. Orgsies, you have nothing to feel guilty about. It's different things. You are happy about your situation improving doesn't mean you lack compassion. Just that you have gained perspective. Thanks, mate. It is hard. When the chips are down, grab your kit, change your paintbrush, and calmly and wryly grin, cracking on. I think the phrase we used to do was, right, we're going to do this, you wankers. Come on, then. This, we all know what Mel loses, as he puts it. A pear on, and his wife fronts in his head, and a pencil up each nostril, and say wibble a lot. We've lost, you have. We've been in there. Belgium is planning a school on a 2-day basis. That would be good. We haven't even reached the 40 minutes mark. What are you going on about? Carp DM, Mel. I know, I struggle with it a little, to be truthful. But, you know, it's nice for you guys to sort of say that because it does make me feel better. You know, because in my own personal life, I am getting I'm getting better, shall I say. I'm not going to call it wins. They are wins, but from my perspective, my health is improving, my mental stability is improving, even in this situation, you know. Relationships with Kerry are improving, are better than they were, you know, during the split up and that sort of stuff. You know, the kids seem to be reacting better, you know, and having better times with mum and dad, so I'm happy on that count. Work is getting better and I'm enjoying it and I'm getting the things ticked off. So I'm Mel, we're talking about the YouTube chat dropping its link to restream. Yeah, they are a bit temperamental at the minute. There's a nice fake letter from Bojo saying that school will be open 7 days a week for 6 months when they go back. My daughter fell for it, hook, line and sinker. We had to have a family talk about it so both me and Kerry could convince the kids it wasn't on. Yeah, and it wasn't true. Because they'd seen it as well and it was really distressing the kids. 7 days? No, I can't do 7 days. Not over summer. Yeah. Vip saying the environment's doing better too. Yeah, let's give that a bit of a breather. Also, I think the environment thing it's kind of a really good indication that, you know, man-made stuff does sort of affect the environment quite a bit. You know, there's clear evidence it does now. There's no argument really on that one. So that one's going to be interesting coming out. And I must admit, the skies have been clearer. The air quality in Stoke is particularly bad. Yeah. Right, Pammy. We're going to keep chatting, so I'm going to keep Pammy to the side, but it's not so much of a stressful chat now. We're just going to banter while I play around a bit. Yeah, so. Now what we got? You go back there a bit. Up a bit. Get up there. And down there a bit. That's a little bit bright, but we can work with it. Right, we have the bits from yesterday that I was playing around with. I've broken more bits. I've broken more off. Right. The environment is... groups like this will probably do well in these circumstances. I've got a mate with bad PTSD, but we FaceTime and enjoy the banter between us. Keeps us both getting certainly together alone. To be truthful, as soon as this whole thing kicked off, me, Jace and Dave made a group chat, and we were on the group chat pretty much, and we made this sort of rule of, right, we have a daily vid chat. Yeah, and we sort of relaxed it now as we've relaxed into it. I think for those guys, they were more concerned about me being on my own. Because, you know, I've had issues in the past and that sort of stuff, and with the health stuff as well. You know, they were concerned for me. So we made this agreement of, right, what we'll do is we'll just have it like, you know, a daily video chat. And that's been good. And I'm at a stage now that because I'm going into Spode, I do see some of the other artists. I am chatting with people, so I don't feel isolated. Mel, did you get my PP donation yesterday to help with the PSU? I did, dude. Thank you very much. I don't know if it's updated on there, but I did get a donation yesterday, so thank you, buddy. It was the tail end of the show, I'm guessing, or I missed it. Quick check. I'm not missing anyone at the minute, but I've had a WhatsApp. I've had 3 WhatsApp. Ooh, Willow's make, I don't know if those are cakes or what. Anyway, that's family stuff. Sorry, guys. Right. So. Right, what am I doing? Right, let me explain to you wonderful people what I'm going to do for the next little while. Okay. Not a COVID cough. Right. So, we've got this building that we were working on. Now, this is part of the Mantic terrain crate stuff. And if you remember, yeah, yesterday we were throwing pipes on. Yeah, and there I've glued some on. And it's given it that mechanic and feel. But I want to keep extending that mechanic and feel. And so what we're going to do is just a couple of things. Yeah, now this is the Mantic terrain crate stuff. And it's really good. Yeah, for buildings and that sort of stuff. But the problem is the trade-off for making it modular, which is what's really good about it, is it's a bit flat and repetitive. Yeah, so if you look at the sides, yeah, it doesn't have all the detail that you get with the usual GW buildings and that sort of stuff. Yeah, but it is far more modular than the GW stuff. Or shall I say the GW stuff I've played with. I do need to get some of their modern buildings. Yeah. So what I want to do is, yeah, we've got this large area and I want to turn this 40k. Yeah, 40k. Yeah, so what can we do? Well, dead simple. Straight off, yeah, I'll grab this out of a bit of a Mechanicum kit. I don't know what it is. It'll be some sort of generator, but it's got the Mechanicum symbol on it. So if we glue that there, yeah, then immediately what that does is, one, it sort of gives it that Mechanicum feel that we're after. Yeah. Secondly, it breaks up this long modular line. So it only becomes that, which is a little bit better. So let's throw some glue on that and throw that on. And this is what I'm going to talk through, a couple of things that I do on this, and this is what we're going to do this live show. And I'm going to show you how to take other kits and tie them in, and the little things I do to break them up, increase the interest in them, if you know what I mean. If that's all right with you guys, if you're up for that, we'll carry on doing that. If not, I can just carry on talking. Or I can live stream me tidying up my back alley, but you'll have to watch me doing it in the dark. That's completely down to you guys. Right, and if we put that on, give it a little wiggle. Yeah, that'll set there. Lovely and nice. Right, what else have we got? I've got a ladder there, that's fine. What have we got in my bag of bits? Should we have a look? Can we quickly see the centerpiece of the table, if it exists? I probably lost it. It's over there at the minute. What would you like to let me... book is going well, tidying up the final pages, finishing off some last stuff. Yeah, but I am in the studio finishing off the last of the builds and everything. So, progress being made on the book every day. Right, I'll have to go to Facecam for this. Yeah, so let's quickly move that if you want to very quickly see the figure piece. Yeah. Right, where are the pieces for it? But obviously, it's got to have all the cabling done and all that sort of stuff on it. I'll point this camera just down a little. Yeah, so you can see what we're doing. So, right, I've got to remember how this goes together now, you gits. Oh, models down. Luckily, they're varnished. Right, I'm missing a section from there. Clearly, I'm missing an extender, but that's okay. Because that all sits and fits. It sits, it fits, it's fine. Yeah, so there needs to go a pipe in there. Yeah, that needs to attach on. And I'm going to have to move the camera back up, sorry. There you are. Just about got it on the desk. Now it's still got to be based as well, and there's still a lot of work to do on this one. Loads of pipes to attach, that sort of stuff. Still got to do a bit more piping, some grid work. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you can see where we'll have the crane assembly. And that actually looks like it needs to move across a bit that way. That's okay. Yeah. I'll mark it out anyway. So, yeah, if I switch to amazing piece and all blended together perfectly. This will blend together perfectly because this is pretty much all GW stuff, this piece. It just turned out this way, yeah, with the pieces I've got left. Let's go. Right, first I'll do a rotation on face cam. Yeah, so obviously there we've got the, and if I put some models up to give you an idea of perspective, there's a Space Marine at the top. There. Yeah. Imperial Guardman there. Or to give you a little bit of perspective. Where's the pipe that you can see? Yeah, that'll give you an idea of how big the piece is. It's quite one, it's quite a good one. Yeah. And then obviously you come round. Yeah, from this side you can see it's mainly industrial. Now, one of the benefits of this is there's no sort of way of gaining elevated sort of fire lanes this way. There's some odd places here and there. That's why that's wrong. I'm missing a section to it. That doesn't belong there. This one does. That's part of that kit, you muppet. There, that's what it's supposed to look like. Like that. There, that's better. So obviously you can see all the industrial stuff there. Yeah. And then if we bring it back round, you can see all my industrial works and all that. And then very quickly, I might as well give you a close cam. Close cam. Let me turn it up a bit. A little bit of a wiggle on it. We can do that. So, I'll give you an idea roughly of how big this thing is. And I think this is the tallest of the pieces. Actually, I'm not sure. How tall is this one? Oh. Yeah, this one's going to be the tallest. Because this one is only, this one's probably about 4 inches shorter. And I don't think the other feature piece is going to be that big either. Yeah. So obviously then we can see, in fact I'm going to have to pull that up a bit. Yeah. Then we can see all the gantries and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you get an idea of, I mean, anyone who knows the GW kits knows it anyway, but yeah. There you go. I have a feeling that if we start with the man there and we go all the way up, I mean, that's got to be, how actual tall is this? Okay, go on, get your bets in. How tall do you reckon it is? Yeah, from the cutting mat to the top of the is spire. How tall? People, right, I'm seeing 24, 60 centimeters. I don't, right, I must have a long ruler. Yeah. Come on, get your guesses in quick. Right, in inches. Yeah, it is. It's 20 inches off the cutting mat, or 50.5 centimeters, give or take a millimeter. So 4 inches shy of 2 foot tall. Nice one, Lawrence. People, oh, Odin was 50 centimeters. Walter had 19, close. Dan had 21. But yeah, but like I say, so obviously, yeah, you've got all the industrial components again, and you've got all the intricate pipe work around it as well, which is one of the features that I wanted. Yeah, I've got to do some funky stuff and some other stuff with it, but this will be one of the feature pieces. And if I, you know, in comparison, do you know what I mean? You know, we feel like this is big terrain. But then again, you know me, I love big terrain. Right, I need to move this without everything falling off it. It's going to be interesting. No, just disassemble it, because it will fall. Right, let me go just put this. Put those elements back on there so they don't get lost. I was right, I said shorter than the Eiffel Tower. Oh, damn. Are you going to be leaving it like a working factory world, or is it going to be abandoned, overgrown? It's going to be a working factory world, but very heavily weathered. Right, let me just adjust that one. Back again. There we go. Yeah. That's the battle plan for that one. Right, back to this. So, I just want to add a few elements to this, see what we can do. Yeah. I'll probably potter on anyway. Now, right, round the front, because we've done that there, that's broken that up. We could do with breaking it up a little bit more. And so we've got these, like the little looming globe things. And it makes sense. Spray, wash, dry brush, I presume. No, I'm going to be messing around with all sorts of different effects, to be truthful. It won't be a quick style, if you know what I mean. Right, this has got a ridge on it, a git, so I'm going to have to stand that off. So yeah, what you call it? Paint style, I haven't decided yet. I'm looking for a good scheme for it. Yeah. And I'll show you the schemes in just a second I'm considering. Now I don't want to go for the standard Mechanicum colours. Yeah, so that goes in there. All of a sudden, yeah, you can see the details starting to get that 40k feel. Let's keep at it. Right, we've got these. Okay, now these are the buttresses from from the 40k buildings. But it occurred to me they would fit perfectly there. Yeah, and that would there, which would help for. I did actually consider adding them onto here in some weird way, but I don't think if that's going to work, to be perfectly honest. I don't think that's going to work. So we can just add a couple of them, and we can add them just to these doors here. Yeah, and help to give it that Mechanicum feel. People are saying go pink. Well, let me throw a bit of glue on these. Yeah, and then while it dries and we move on to the next bit, yeah, we can have a chat about what colour I should go for. And very quickly on that one. Mars red. Well, yeah, but it's what we complement it with. Do you know what I mean? That's what matters. It's the colour scheme that we choose, not just Mars red. Everyone's looking at me like, what the hell is he going on about? Right, and then just do this one. Make sure they're lined up straight. Yeah, and if I bring him up, yeah, all of a sudden we've started to add a bit more mechanic and feel to it. Now we've got a couple of extra bits. We've got this panel, yeah, and I'm hoping this panel's going to fit somewhere on here. And my one concern is this panel has like a ledge on it, and so I don't know if that's going to cause problems with us gluing it on somewhere. I think we'll be fine there. In fact, no, I'm not good. That looks too chunky and looks too false. So what we'll do is instead, yeah, we'll get another one of these glowy things. Yeah, let's trim that off. I did bring my tools in from the car, didn't I? I must have. I've got glue in a... No, I didn't. Are they still in the car? No, they're down there. Because I'm working at home and the studio, I have a box of my core tools, and I just take them at the minute. They go in the car when I go to the studio, and they come out of the car, yeah, afterwards. Everyone's right. I'd say some nice coppers and brasses for the main parts. We'll see, we'll see. Just let me glue this on. And you just drop this in at roughly the same height as the one on the other side for continuity. And then I just need to make sure we can line it up. Make sure it's not offset or something, which it is slightly. There we go. Beautiful. It needs to go up a little. Up you come. Come on. There you are. That one's a bit wonky. Before it fully sets, just adjust it. There we go. And if I bring the entrance round again, and you can see how straight away, just an addition of a couple of little extra bits from another kit, yeah, has broken that all up. Now I do want to do some pipe work there, yeah, but I need some Maelstrom's Edge bits for that, so we can do that in a minute. Right, rainbow colours. Everyone's talking about colours. Right, let me go back to face cam very quickly. I just want the glue to dry on that before we do any more. Yeah, right. We're talking colour schemes. Yeah. That means colour harmony. Now, you've all heard of the colour wheel. I've spoken about it in colour vids. Yeah, there's a bloody good massive section in the book, yeah, about colour. Yeah. And you've heard terms of things like, oh, you know, they're complementary colours and stuff like that. Well, it is a hell of a load more it's a hell of a load more complex than that. A lot of science has gone into colour, and there are certain colour combinations which give off certain moods. And what this is, let me bring this down. Yeah, I can only flick you through for copyright reasons. Yeah, what this is it's a book, yeah, of colour schemes. So, and you're all like looking at me like, what? What's he got? Right, first off, so you know, yeah, Colour Harmony, Pantone edition. Yeah, and the author. Yeah, you can freeze the video there. Yeah, now, so let's, not rich. So these are rich colour schemes. Yeah, and these are playful colour schemes. So if you want something that looks like, you know, for kids, this will tell you what your main colours are, what your secondary colours are, and what your spot colours are. And it'll give you different combinations that work together. And these are all the playful ones. Yeah. And so, playful, rich, subtle, tropical, nurturing, urban, can't even say that, natural, earthy, venerable I want to look at. Yeah, but I just want to show you. Yeah, so with regards to, so not a Dulux paint chart. Actually, yes, a Dulux paint chart. With regards to doing your greens and picking your greens out for your foliages. Yeah, loads of appropriate colours there. And remember, these are all referenced with the Pantone, so you know you can just reference these numbers and get these colours mixed up. So where's the what you call it? Where's the earthy ones? Let's see if I can spot. That's soothing, no. Tribal, no. Timeless. I mean, some of the colours, perfect. So as a terrain manual, yeah, if you really want to get into your colours and take your colours to your next step, starting to look at colour harmony, yeah, really does help. Now, we could go for some, I don't think this is more Slanesh, yeah, but there's a whole load of active colour schemes there that would blow your socks off on a build, yeah, but I like venerable, yeah. So I'm looking at these schemes, and what I'm looking for is I'm looking for one that has a heavy red, yeah, that we can work with. Yeah, so that's a very rich purpley red on there, complemented by a dark purple and a dark green. Yeah, fancy a bit of gold in it. So we've got a nice purple there. Yeah, gold and a touch of blue. They could work. And these colours will please the eye. Can you post a link for this book on the Terrainiacs, Mel? It's on Amazon. There you go. Yeah. So, back to my colour picking. Yeah, so we've got these colours. We wanted a right nice, now that's a nice red there. I mean, that's heavy red. That's got a supplementary red, but going with a blue and a green. I have to look at the terrain and imagine what pieces would be cut in what colours. I don't fancy... Do like that one. Do like that one. But that's heavy on the gold. Have we got one that's a little less heavier on the gold? Let's see. No, there's only that one. Yeah. Which is less heavy on the gold. It's got a rich purple and a regal blue. A regal blue is a blue with a touch of red in it. A purpley blue. So there's that one as an option. Decisions. Right page, bottom left, maroon and rifles green. I might actually dip into some of the other colour schemes. Not casual. Don't fancy urban. Nurturing isn't quite right. Tropical. What's that one? Rich. Nah. Doesn't suit. Reliable? No. No. Transcendent? No. Powerful. Damn, you know you're dealing with the powerful stuff where literally black, equal amounts of black and yellow. Equal amounts of black and red, black and what you call it, black and blue, black and purple, black and green. Power. Actually, with powerful, have we got a nice complementary where there's a gold and a secondary that's black? That's not bad. That could work. Do you like that purple though? I don't see any red and golds there. Provocative? No, it's just going to be too glary. Way too glary. Nostalgic, soothing, tribal. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice, isn't it? Gold, purple and black. Main going with the purple, yeah. Then with a neutral black, and then with what you call it, a desaturated mustard yellow. That'll look mint. That will look nice. Yeah, just mark it. That's what I do. I normally have my box of markers. I don't know where they are. I think they're in the kitchen. Power clashing, no. Extraterrestrial. Might be good for Eldar stuff and that sort of stuff. Glamorous. I don't think Admech is glamorous. Sophisticated, active. That's the lot. But yeah, let me come up to the face cam. Hello. Yeah. So that's the book, okay? If you're interested in your colours, yeah, and really looking at sort of like taking it up, starting to understand colour harmonics and the psychology of colour, yeah? Now, it isn't so much for the natural stuff because the natural stuff is dictated by nature. But the moment you start getting into making buildings and stuff like that, yeah, using colour harmonies, that's what will have been used to choose how to decorate them and that sort of stuff. Yeah, and you can see by looking at the various sort of like swashes and the various mixes that there's a lot of inspiration there. They're not set recipes, they're ideas for you to play from. Yeah, a few people are saying looking into getting what you call it. If you're going with the Fluff Mechanicans colour is Scarlet Red with black and white spot colours and warm coloured metals. I know, but I'm playing with it outside the box a little. What colours are you and the kids' Imperium armies? My grey and what you call it, the kids. Corbin hasn't decided on his dirty towel yet, but his orcs are standard orcs, so green skin, red everything. Right. 10 past the 10. My bladder's screaming at me, and I am. You know what, guys? I'm going to call it an early night, and I'm going to get an early night because I is knackered. Yeah, once again, I recommend, if you're really interested, have a look at that. I will be browsing this in bed. I've still got to have a shower yet. I haven't had a shower from the studio. Yeah, so I'm a dirty, filthy bugger. Yeah, you know what to do. Fill the screens with hell yes. I'll be back tomorrow night and we will get cracked on with this build. Yeah. And we'll step this up once we've got a few more extra little gubbins. Yeah, and I want to do the inside of it. I've got some ideas for that and that big fan room at the back. Yeah, so we'll have a play with that. In the meantime, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow at night, guys. It's been lovely chatting with you as it always is. All the best, yeah? Ta-ra.